What if a single coin could make you rich? In this video, we're revealing 7 of the rarest US coins ever discovered, some worth hundreds of thousands, others up to millions of dollars. These coins are not just history, they're treasure. Stay tuned, because one of these ultra-rare coins could be sitting in your house right now. Coin hunting. Did you know that a small coin from 1979 could make you rich? I'm talking about a Susan B. Anthony dollar coin that looks just like any other, but with one tiny mistake that turns it into a rare treasure. Some of these special coins have sold for $58,000, $84,000, and even up to $111,000 at auction. Yes, seriously. $1 turning into 6 figures. If you're someone who has old coins at home, you need to watch this video all the way through. You might be holding on to something really special without even knowing it. So, let's go back to the year 1979. That's when the US Mint made a new kind of dollar coin. It was smaller than the old dollar coins and made from copper and nickel. It was the first US coin to have a real woman on it, Susan B. Anthony, a famous women's rights activist. This was a big deal at the time. But the coin didn't become very popular. People didn't like it much because it looked a lot like a quarter. Same color, almost the same size, and people kept confusing the two. That made the coin disappear from everyday use pretty fast. But some of these coins had something very different about them. A small mistake that today is worth a lot of money. This mistake is called the wide rim or near date error. That might sound confusing, but don't worry, I'll explain it in a simple way. On most 1979 Susan B. Anthony coins, the space between the date and the edge of the coin is kind of wide. That's the normal version. But on a few of them, the date is really close to the edge. The rim, or the border around the coin, looks thicker. That's the rare version, the wide rim error. It's called wide rim because it looks like there's less space between the numbers and the edge of the coin. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Most people don't even notice the difference. They think it's just another coin. But coin collectors, also called numismatists, know that this small difference can be worth thousands. Coins in good condition, with this wide rim error, can sell for anywhere from a few $1,000s up to over $58,000. If the coin is super shiny and perfect, in what's called mint state, it could sell for $84,000 or even more. The most perfect examples, the best of the best, have sold for over $111,000 at big auctions. That's crazy for a coin that's not even that old. You're probably wondering how to check if you have one. It's pretty simple. First, look at the date on the front of the coin, make sure it says 1979. Then, look for the little P mint mark above Susan B. Anthony's shoulder. That means it was made in Philadelphia. Next, look at how close the date is to the edge. If the numbers are very close and the rim looks thick, you might have a wide rim coin. If there's more space between the date and the rim, then it's probably the regular version. If you think you have one, don't clean it. Cleaning coins can ruin them and make them worth less. Instead, you should get it checked by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you if it's the rare version and give it a grade based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more it could be worth. Some people even send in coins that look a little dirty, and they still sell for a lot of money if they're rare and not damaged. The reason this coin is so valuable is because there weren't many made with this mistake. It happened only during a short time at the beginning of production. Once the mint saw the issue, they changed the design. So only a few of the wide rim coins were ever made, and even fewer have survived in great shape. That's what makes them rare. And in the world of coin collecting, rare means valuable. Especially if it's also in great condition. So now that you know what to look for, go check your old change, your coin jar, or that little box of coins in your drawer. You never know, there might be a treasure hiding right in your house. People find valuable coins in the strangest places. Some even come from the bank when you get change for $1. It could happen to anyone, even you. If you liked this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be sharing more coin tips, rare finds, and simple ways you can make big money from small change. Don't forget to check your coins because that $1 you never thought about could be worth $58,000 or $111,000. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. The Sacagawea $1 coin, 2000D, is a popular collectible coin minted by the United States Mint. First released in the year 2000, this golden-colored dollar features Sacagawea, the Shoshone Native American woman who assisted Lewis and Clark on their expedition across the western United States in the early 1800s. The D mint mark signifies that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. Historical background. The Sacagawea dollar was introduced to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar. Designed by sculptor Glenna Goodacker, the obverse, front, shows Sacagawea with her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on her back. This design honors her role as both a mother and a guide. The reverse, back, features a soaring eagle with 17 stars representing the states of the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition, designed by Thomas D. Rogers. Struck in a manganese brass-clad composition, the coin has a distinctive golden appearance but contains no actual gold. It was intended for general circulation, vending machines, and mass transit systems, but usage remained limited due to the continued popularity of paper dollar bills. 2000D Sacagawea dollar, mintage and circulation. The 2000D coin had a large mintage, approximately 518.9 million coins. Because of this high production number, most examples are common and found in circulated condition, often worth only face value, $1. However, certain features and rare variations make some 2000D coins significantly more valuable. Valuable varieties and errors. Cheerios dollar, reverse pattern variety. In 1999 and early 2000, special Sacagawea dollars were included in boxes of Cheerios cereal. These promotional coins have a distinct eagle tail feather pattern that differs from the standard version. Though most Cheerios dollars were minted in Philadelphia, a 2000D Cheerios reverse would be incredibly rare and possibly worth thousands of dollars if authenticated. High-grade coins, MS-67 or higher. While circulated examples are common, uncirculated coins in mint state condition, especially graded MS-67 or above by services like PCGS or NGC, can sell for $20 to $100 or more, depending on luster, strike, and surface quality. Minting error. These errors can increase value significantly. Depending on severity and rarity, error coins may fetch $50 to several $100s. Market value today. As of 2025, here's a general value range for the 2000D Sacagawea dollar. Circulated condition, $1, face value. Uncirculated, MS-60, MS-65 $3 to $10. High grade, MS-67 plus $50 to $200 plus. Rare error or variety, e.g., Cheerios reverse $1,000 to $5,000 plus. To get an accurate valuation, collectors should have their coins professionally graded and authenticated, especially if they suspect they have a rare variant or mint error. What if I told you a 50-cent coin could be worth more than a brand new car? What if I told you it could be worth $53,000, $81,000, or even $105,000? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that says 50 cents on the front could be hiding in someone's house, in a jar, or in a box, and be worth over $100,000. Sounds crazy, right? But it's real. And today, we're going to tell you the true story of a 2000p Kennedy half-dollar coin that's turning heads in the coin world. You'll learn what makes this coin special, why it's so valuable, and how you can check your own coins to see if you have one of these rare treasures. The Kennedy half-dollar has been around since 1964. It was made to honor President John F. Kennedy after he was sadly taken from the world in 1963. The coin has his face on the front and the seal of the United States on the back. Over the years, millions of these coins have been made. Most of them are just worth 50 cents. But in the year 2000, something strange happened at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. A mistake was made that turned an ordinary coin into something very rare and very valuable. The 2000 P. Kennedy half-dollar we're talking about was made using the wrong kind of metal. Coins are made by stamping designs onto metal blanks, called planchets. Most half-dollars are made from a mix of copper and nickel, giving them that silver color. But in 2000, a few Kennedy half-dollars were accidentally made using the golden-colored planchets that were meant for Sacagawea dollars. This was never supposed to happen. But somehow, these golden blanks got mixed into the half-dollar line and were stamped with the Kennedy design. And just like that, a major error coin was born. These coins are easy to spot if you know what to look for. First, check the date. It must be 2000. Then look for the letter P just under Kennedy's neck. That means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. But the biggest clue is the color. If the coin looks golden instead of silver, you might have something special. A normal half-dollar weighs about 11.34 grams. The error coin made on the wrong planchet weighs only about 8.1 grams. So if you have a small scale, you can weigh the coin at home. If it's lighter than normal and golden in color, don't spend it. It could be one of the rare ones worth tens of thousands of dollars. Only a small number of these error coins are known to exist. One of them sold for over $53,000. Another went for more than $81,000. And one in almost perfect condition sold for $105,000. These coins are worth so much because they are not supposed to exist. They are the result of a mistake at the mint, and collectors love coins like this. The fewer there are, the more they're worth. You might be wondering how something like this happens. The U.S. Mint makes millions of coins every day, and sometimes, mistakes slip through. In this case, the planchets for a different coin ended up being used for Kennedy half-dollars. These types of mix-ups are rare, but they do happen. When collectors or experts find them, they quickly become very valuable. Now here's the exciting part. These coins are still out there. Not all of them have been found. Some could be sitting in a change jar, inside a roll of coins from the bank, or even in a drawer somewhere. That means you still have a chance to find one. And you don't have to be a coin expert to check. Just look closely at your 2000 Kennedy half-dollars. Look for the golden color. Weigh the coin if you can. And if it looks different, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will test it, confirm if it's the real error coin, and give it a grade. Once it's graded, it could sell at auction for life-changing money. People have found rare coins in the strangest places. Someone found one in a bag of coins from a garage sale. Another person found a valuable coin in a box of change they almost gave away. These stories are real, and they show that amazing things can be found in everyday places. You never know what you might have until you look. So if you have any half-dollars from the year 2000, especially with a P mint mark, go take a look. That golden-colored coin you thought was just dirty or different might actually be worth more than $100,000. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. You can find rare pieces just by paying attention. And even if you don't find one today, you'll know what to look for tomorrow. Have you ever looked at an old coin and thought it might be worth something? What if I told you that a single 1971 Eisenhower $1 coin could be worth $50,000, $80,000, or even close to $100,000? That's right. One coin. $1. Could change your life. This isn't some made-up story or a collector's dream. This is real. And by the time you finish watching this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Because if you're lucky, you might have one of these rare coins sitting in a drawer, a coin jar, or maybe even in your wallet right now. In 1971, the U.S. Mint made the first Eisenhower dollars. These coins were big, shiny, and heavy, and they were made to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and also the Apollo 11 moon landing. Most of these coins were made from a mix of copper and nickel. That was the normal metal for regular coins. But some were made from silver, and those were only supposed to be made at the San Francisco Mint for collectors. Here's where the story gets exciting. A few Eisenhower dollars from the Denver Mint, that's the one with the letter D on it, were accidentally made using the silver planchets, or blanks, that were meant only for collector coins. This was a big mistake. The Denver Mint wasn't supposed to use silver at all in 1971. But somehow, some silver blanks got mixed in and used anyway. These rare coins are now worth tens of thousands of dollars because of this error. Collectors and experts have found only a small number of these 1971 D. Eisenhower silver era coins. One of them, in amazing condition, sold at auction for over $76,000. And many experts believe if another one shows up in even better condition, it could sell for $100,000 or more. Think about that. A coin that cost $1 when it was made is now worth more than a brand new car or even a down payment on a house. So how do you know if you have one of these rare coins? It's actually not too hard to check. First, look for the mint mark. If the coin has a D on it, that means it came from the Denver Mint. Next, check the edge of the coin. Most regular Eisenhower dollars have a copper-looking edge, like a sandwich with a brown line in the middle. But the silver ones have a solid silver-colored edge with no copper line at all. You can also weigh the coin. A normal copper-nickel Eisenhower dollar weighs about 22.7 grams. A 40% silver coin will weigh more, about 24.6 grams. If you have a small scale at home, this is an easy way to check. You could also do a magnet test. These coins should not stick to a magnet. This test only tells you it's not made of steel. It won't prove it's silver, but it's a quick first step. If you're really not sure, the best thing to do is send the coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll test it and give you a report to show exactly what it is. If it turns out to be the silver error, then congratulations, you found something incredibly valuable. But that's not the only rare Eisenhower coin out there. There are other errors too. Some coins were struck with the wrong dies, some have double images, and others were made off-center. These coins might not be worth $100,000, but some still sell for $1,000, $5,000, or even $10,000. So it's worth looking closely at every Eisenhower dollar you come across. You might be thinking this is too rare, that your chances are small. And yes, these errors are rare. But people find rare coins every year. Some show up at garage sales, flea markets, or even from a change machine at the grocery store. One man found a valuable Eisenhower coin in a roll he got from the bank. Another person had one in their collection and didn't know it for years. These things happen, and it could happen to you. So take a moment and check your coins. Especially if you have any Eisenhower dollars from 1971. Look for that D mint mark and that silver edge. If something looks different, don't spend it. Get it checked. It could be a once-in-a-lifetime find. Imagine how exciting it would be to find a coin worth $50,000 or more just sitting in your drawer. That's why people love coins, because sometimes, the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or have a cool story like this. Who knows? Your coin could be the next big discovery. Welcome back to the channel. I have something amazing to share with you today. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, thinking it's only worth 1 cent, but what if I told you that some of these 1966 pennies are selling for $55,000 or $83,000 or even as much as $108,000? Yes, that's right. One small coin from 1966 could change your life. This is not a joke, and it's not a dream. These coins are real, and they are worth big money. So make sure to watch until the end, because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to check your own pennies. You could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. The 1966 penny might look normal at first. It shows Abraham Lincoln on the front, just like other pennies. On the back, it has the Lincoln Memorial. It's made of mostly copper and weighs just over 3 grams. That sounds boring, right? But here's where it gets exciting. In the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint was dealing with a big problem. There was a shortage of coins, especially silver coins, because people were hoarding them. So to help speed up coin production, the U.S. Mint made a few changes. One big change was that they stopped using mint marks in 1965, 1966, and 1967. So if you look at a penny from 1966, you won't see a D or S mint mark anywhere. This alone makes 1966 coins a little different, but it's not what makes them valuable. The real value comes from rare errors that happened when the coins were made. These mistakes are what collectors love the most. One of the most famous and valuable errors is called a double die. This happens when the coin is stamped twice by the machine, and the image ends up looking blurry or doubled. If you have a 1966 penny with a doubled date or doubled words like Liberty or In God We Trust, you might have a double die error. These are super rare and can sell for tens of thousands of dollars if they are in good shape. Another error to watch for is an off-center strike. That means the coin wasn't lined up right when it was stamped, so part of the image is missing or pushed to the side. These coins look strange and are very noticeable. The more off-center the design, the more valuable the coin. Some people have sold these for thousands of dollars. Then there are clipped planchet errors. This happens when a piece of the coin is missing because the blank was cut wrong before it was stamped. If your 1966 penny has a chunk missing but the date is still clear, you might be in luck. But remember, not all damaged coins are errors. Real error coins come from the mint and happen during the making process. That's what makes them so valuable. The best way to tell if your coin is special is to take a close look with a magnifying glass. Look at the details. Check the date. Check the words. Look at Lincoln's face and the edges. If something looks off, it might be worth checking out. If you think your coin might be rare, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can ruin it and make it worth less. Just put it in a soft holder or plastic bag to protect it. Then, send it to a professional coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will check it, grade it, and tell you what it's worth. Coins that are graded and certified often sell for a lot more money. Now let's talk numbers. Some 1966 era pennies in top condition have sold for $55,000. Others with stronger or more obvious errors have reached prices of $83,000. And there's one known sale where a rare 1966 penny sold for an amazing $108,000 at auction. That's more than most people make in a year. And it all started with one small coin that someone found and took the time to check. These coins are still out there. Most people have never looked at their 1966 pennies closely. They're sitting in jars, drawers, or old coin collections. Maybe in your house, your parents' house, or your grandparents' old piggy bank. This is why you should start looking today. You don't need to be a coin expert to find something valuable. You just need to know what to look for and pay attention to the small details. That's all. There are still unknown treasures waiting to be found. And you could be the next lucky person to discover one. Just think how amazing it would feel to find a coin worth over $100,000 just sitting in a box or in your change. So after this video, I want you to grab your coin jar, your wallet, your old coin albums, whatever you have, and start checking every 1966 penny you can find. Look for errors. Look for anything unusual. And if you find something that looks different or strange, you might have just found your own jackpot. If you learned something new today or feel excited to check your coins, please give this video a like and hit the subscribe button. I post more videos about rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your home. Also, drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you think you might have a valuable 1966 penny. I'd love to hear your story. And remember, sometimes the smallest things can be worth the most. You don't need a treasure map, you just need to pay attention to the coins you already have. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck on your coin hunt. I hope your next penny turns out to be worth $108,000. Stop right there. What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1983 could be worth $55,000, $83,000, or even over $110,000? Sounds crazy, right? But it's absolutely true. This isn't just another coin, it's one of the most valuable quarters ever made. And guess what? It could be sitting in your pocket right now. This coin is the 1983 Washington quarter with a P mint mark. That P means it was made in Philadelphia. Most of these coins are normal and worth only 25 cents. But a few were made with mistakes. And those mistakes are worth a fortune today. Back in 1983, the U.S. Mint was rushing to make coins. There were no special mint sets released that year, so people didn't save many coins in perfect condition. Quality control wasn't great either. That's when some rare error coins were created. And they slipped through the cracks. One of the most famous errors is called a double die reverse. That just means some parts of the back of the coin, like the words or the eagle's feathers, look like they were printed twice. You can see the doubling with your eyes. If you find one in great condition, it could sell for thousands of dollars. Some have sold for over $15,000. Another kind of error is called an off-center strike. That means the machine didn't stamp the coin in the right place, so part of the design is missing or off to one side. These coins can go for $1,000 to $4,000 depending on how big the mistake is. There are also clipped planchets. That's when a part of the metal was missing before the coin was even made. It looks like a small bite was taken out of the edge. Those can bring in $500 or more. But the biggest money comes from coins with multiple errors or very high grades, coins that look almost brand new, even after all these years. One 1983 P quarter with a rare error and in perfect condition sold at auction for over $55,000. Another sold for more than $83,000. And coin experts believe that if someone finds the right one, with more than one rare error and in mint condition, it could be worth over $110,000. Yes, $110,000 for a single quarter. So how do you know if you have one? First, look for the P on the front of the coin, above the date. Then check the back of the coin carefully. Look at the words and the eagle. If anything looks doubled, off-center, or strange, don't spend it. You might be holding something very rare. Also, if the coin looks extra shiny or new, that's a good sign too. If you think you found something special, don't clean the coin. That can ruin its value. Instead, show it to a coin dealer or send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you exactly what it's worth. This might sound like a dream, but it happens more often than you'd think. People really do find rare coins in their pocket change or in old coin jars at home. It could happen to you too. So go check your coins. Ask your parents or grandparents if they have any old quarters. Look through rolls of coins from the bank. That one rare quarter might change your life. And if you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you think you found a rare one. Thanks for watching, and good luck hunting. What if I told you a simple quarter from 1976 could be worth $59,000, or $87,000, or even $115,000? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Some of the 1976 D bicentennial quarters are worth a lot of money because of special errors or rare features. These quarters are not just pocket change anymore, they are hidden treasures. In this video, I'll tell you the story behind these coins, what makes them so special, and how to check if you have one sitting at home. So make sure you stay with me until the end, you don't want to miss this. Back in 1976, the United States was celebrating its 200th birthday, also called the bicentennial. To mark this big event, the U.S. Mint made a new design for the quarter. Instead of the usual eagle on the back, they put a drummer boy with a torch and stars. On the front, it still has George Washington, but the date is different. It says 1776 to 1976 to show the 200-year mark. These coins were made in huge numbers, and people all across the country used them every day. Some people saved them, but most just spent them like any other coin. Now here's where it gets exciting. While most of these quarters are only worth 25 cents, a few were made with special errors. Some of them were made using the wrong kind of metal. Others were struck in a different way that made them look odd or different. These are called error coins, and they are very rare. When collectors find one, they are willing to pay big money to own it. One of the most rare versions is a 1976 D quarter that was made on a silver planchet. A planchet is the blank piece of metal that is used to make a coin. The silver ones were supposed to be used only for special collector coins, but by mistake, a few of them were used for regular coins at the Denver Mint. Your 1976 D quarter was made on one of these silver planchets. It could be worth a small fortune. Some have sold for over $59,000, and others in perfect condition have sold for $87,000. The best-known one, with the highest grade, sold for an amazing $115,000. That's more than most cars cost. And to think it all started with just a 25-cent coin. So, how can you tell if you have one of these special quarters? First, look for the letter D on the front of the coin. It's right next to George Washington's hair, and it means the coin was made in Denver. That's the first clue. Next, you'll want to check the edge of the coin. Normal quarters have a copper color on the edge because they are made of copper and nickel. But if your coin has a silver edge with no copper showing, that could be a sign it was made on a silver planchet. Another way to check is by weighing the coin. Normal quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. Silver ones are a little heavier, around 5.75 grams. You can buy a small digital scale online or at a local store to check this. It's a small tool, but it could help you find a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. There are also other types of errors to watch for. Some coins were struck twice by mistake. That means the image on the coin looks doubled or blurry in some places. If your quarter has a double image or extra lines on the numbers or letters, that could be an error coin too. Even those can sell for thousands if they're in good shape. Just remember, don't clean the coin if you think it's valuable. Cleaning it can hurt the surface and lower its value. Just keep it safe and show it to a coin expert or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you exactly what it's worth. The reason these coins are so valuable is simple. They are rare, and people want them. Most coins with errors are thrown away or never noticed. So when one is found in good condition, collectors get excited. These coins are not only rare, but they also tell a story. They remind us of America's 200th birthday and a special time in history. That's why people are willing to pay so much for them. Now that you know what to look for, it's time to check your coins. Look through your old change, your piggy bank, or maybe even ask your parents or grandparents if they saved any bicentennial quarters. You might just find one of these rare treasures sitting right at home. Imagine holding a $115,000 coin in your hand. It's not just a dream, it has already happened to other people. Why not you? If